Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be drawing Wimp, once again my little goblin character, but today we're going to draw her very small and chibi-like. Alright, let's go ahead and get her head in here, and then she's going to be...
I think I know why they were the only ones left.
Are they bad tasting popsicles?
They're only green and orange.
Then yeah, that's probably why they're left.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm recording.
Thank
you. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Alright, so she's going to be being held on by her clothes, because I think that's funny. And I saw a picture of it earlier. But, go like this. Let's get her face in first, actually. Because I think that would just be a good idea. And it's definitely not me procrastinating doing the rest of the body, because I don't know how. I would never do that. Alright, she has a witch hat, which I think we're going to draw kind of small this time. Because she's small, so I think drawing it kind of small would fit. Alright, I drew these little sketchy weird lines as kind of just to get a shape down, but I kind of like the weirdness that it added to the witch hat, and I kind of want to keep them. Normally I just do that when I'm drawing a witch hat. I just like make random layers like this because, well, I could just do a line like this. I don't know, I feel like it makes it better when I do something like that. Even if I don't follow the lines exactly, I know I just followed them there, but sometimes I don't follow them and it still looks, feel like it looks better that way. I don't know, that's just the way I like to draw the tops of the witch hats. Alright, now how are we going to do this? Okay, we're going to do this thing called, we're just going to completely disregard her body until the end. Is that a smart idea? Absolutely not. I do not care. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Alright. Now, draw. I was gonna do like a line across her full face, but I don't think I need to do that. Just draw in her eyes. Draw in her pupils. Draw in the pupils. The pupils. The pupils. Yes, there we go. What kind of eyebrows or other facial accessories does she need? Oh, that's backwards. Whoopsies. I did the big part in the front. It's supposed to be the big part in the back. She needs her big nose. Which I've actually been thinking about drawing her nose a little more like an actual, like, what you would assume is like a goblin nose, something closer to this. But also she's supposed to be a cute looking character, so I don't necessarily want to do that. But I want other goblins to have that, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. What I'm thinking of is their noses grow like that as they get older, because she is still quite young. I think she's probably, I don't know, I think she's around 7 when she sets off on her journey, and which is actually, in goblin years, that's pretty old. They only live to about 10 years old at like max. So she's already almost at the end of her life in goblin years. But that doesn't matter. This witch hat she found gave her magic powers. Now she gets like triple the life of a goblin, which is actually only 30. So even then she still doesn't get a full human lifespan. But yeah. She does get a longer lifespan, and she gets magical powers. I also still have absolutely zero idea why these witch hats exist. There are multiple of them. Hats that have given creatures powers and really given them the intelligence of a human when they are, well, not human. I have a couple of them called whimsical little lads, which that's what they are. They're magical little creatures. There's a butterfly. There's a shark. There's all kinds of them. All of them just get basically magic. I don't know why though. I've yet to come up with the why. I do know my original story was there is a cat that is that is magic that has a witch hat. She is a whimsical little lad, and she is the reason those hats are accidentally released and tons of people got them. But I don't know exactly why the witch hats exist, because she just found those witch hats and just accidentally let them like out into the world. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember how I decided. I think they were just near a windowsill and she just like accidentally did an explosion or something and they all went flying. But I do not remember because this was so long ago. I used to draw my whimsical little lads whenever I didn't really know what to draw. That's actually why they were originally created, was because I just really didn't know what to draw one day and decided, hey, you know what, I'll just draw this little mouse. And then the next day I still didn't know what to draw. I was like, hey, I'll draw this little frog. And I called the mouse Randall, and I called the frog, I don't remember. I honestly am surprised I remember the mouse's name. But I did decide just a little while ago that Wimp's powers work, well, relatively the same to how the whimsical little lads worked, so I decided she is actually one of them. She's not one in the same sense as all the other ones, because the witch actually tracked down all the other ones, the cat witch, and she's gathered them all, and they all kind of live together. Except for some of the evil ones. There are evil ones, of course. Are they really evil? No, they're evil. They're like mild inconveniences. There's a squirrel. Instead of a witch, he's a magician, and he just causes like minor inconveniences and mischief. He likes to take food, and they're not actually evil, but yeah, she is a different case though, because she is. I'm just gonna come up with all this on the spot. By the way, she took the witch hat after all of them had already been gathered up. So she actually stole this from the witch herself. Not like getting it out in nature like all the other whimsical little lads. So the witch was actually unable to track down Wimp and find her because Wimp kinda just ditched town after getting magical powers. So yeah, we're gonna decide that. That's the story now. All right, this is how I come up with most of the stories, by the way, for like a lot of the characters, is I just like say it in a video and come up with it on the spot. I'll say it like that's been the plan the whole time, but I'm just coming up with it on the spot. I just want fingers. I don't even want to draw the hand. I just want two fingers pinching at it. I don't want to draw a hand right now. It being her clothes because she is being held up. Yes. Alright. She also stole these clothes from that witch, but that doesn't really make sense because that witch is a cat. I don't know, maybe she can turn into a human. Sure, why not? I think I actually decided that a while ago, that they all can. Maybe not all of them. I don't know. I don't know. We'll say sure, some of them can, but not all of them. It just depends on the type of magic that they have. All their magics are specific to them. I actually have a list. I made a Word document of all the whimsical little ads a while ago and all the ones that I wanted to make, and there's a couple of them that I never did end up drawing. Maybe I should draw those guys. One of them is a raccoon, and he's supposed to have a witch hat that is very patchy looking. It's supposed to be,
Alright, Wes, I'm going outside.
okay. It's supposed to be like he found a beaten up witch hat and just repaired it with random pieces of fabric all the time. That's what his is supposed to look like. But I don't know. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we won't. This looks so stupid, but it's also kind of funny. It's not exactly correct, like anatomy wise, or really anything like that, but I think it's funny. And we're going to lower this. So that means we actually have to redraw the entire hand, which I think is fine. I didn't like it in the first place. So, alright. We are getting rid of the little witch hats that we drew, but that's fine. I wasn't, like, attached to them. I didn't really care if they were there or not. Are we going to clean up the lines in the witch hat? I don't really know. I guess it just depends on when we get to that. If we decide to, because I don't know if I'm gonna do like another set of lines over this. I might just erase some of the stuff and just kind of re-go over these lines to make them a little bit thicker. Sometimes I just do that instead of doing a whole nother thing, because that's just easier. And I just don't think the drawing needs it. It's also definitely from at least a little bit of being lazy, probably. Just overall just being lazy. But this does actually look pretty good. There's no story to this one, I guess. All the ones I've been drawing recently have actually been at least a somewhat coherent story of Wimp has been doing random things. Like, if I go back to... No, I don't think it was that one. It was this one. Ever since I did this one, Wimp and Banana Man, they start off in a dungeon. Then Wimp forgot the food. Then that does something else. But then Wimp's taking a selfie because she's got a phone. There's really been two stories going on. She's got a phone and they're in a dungeon. She's taking a selfie. And then we take a frog break. And then I think there's some weapons, yep. And we get to the next Wimp drawing. Hey, there's that frog whimsical little lad. But there we go, another selfie with Wimp. And then, she's lost in the dungeon. Then Banana Man just killed a monster that she was getting, like, trying to fight for like an hour and wasn't dealing any damage. He killed her in one shot. Then she's getting chased. Now she's waving at you, and her arms are super long because she found a bunch of potions and drank them. Because she has a tendency to just drink things or eat things to see if they're poisonous. So we'll actually go ahead and say that this one is, she drank another potion, and now she's tiny, and Banana Man is carrying her like this. Yep. Boom, story. You see how easy that is? Yeah, why can't it be that easy to make the rest of the story? Alright. None of this story is canon to the universes they live in, but I like just making random shit with them. I kind of just like using them for everything. Because I like drawing Banana Man and I like drawing Wimp. They're easy to draw because I know their characters. And I know their personalities, so I know how they would react in certain scenarios. But also, like, I can choose how they would react. I get to decide, and I like that. So I like drawing my own characters. I don't know if I've actually ever... No, I did drew Pomni. I drew Pomni. That counts as fan art, I think. I think that's the only really bit of fan art that I've ever actually done. Well, I guess I also did like 3 drawings total of 2 years of art fight. I'm sure I've drawn other characters like from series at like some other points. I just don't remember them. So but overall I like to draw my own characters much more. I really should draw some of the other ones like during videos. Like I have a couple that I've just never actually drawn during a video or anything like that, and their stories are completely unknown to anyone but myself. Yeah, that looks weird. It looks wrong. I'm not fixing it. I don't care. I didn't want to draw a hand today. I wanted to draw a tiny little wimp. We're actually going to do something to make it look a little bit better. Just go like this. Just cross it out. There's no hand beyond this. It's just fingers. It's just 2 fingers. That makes it better, right? Not necessarily, but I don't think it really makes it worse, so it's fine. Alright, now let's take our eraser and try and make these things look a little bit neater. Take our tiny eraser because it is the one that works the best for this scenario. Even though this eraser kind of sucks. No, it doesn't actually suck, it's really good, but I've been trying to not use it that much. Because, I don't know, I just got used to it. These things kind of suck. If you look at them, look at how much eraser's in there, and like, if you look at the full ones, there's this much eraser for this much space. There's just not that much eraser in these, and I had like this much left for like 2 months, so I just kind of got used to not using this thing, intentionally not using it, because I didn't want to like use the last little bit I had of it. I'd say I probably have been using it a lot more in recent, like, these past couple drawings. But that's fine. I don't actually really care if I use it. I just got used to not using it, that it became a habit to avoid using it. Alright. Now let's go ahead and fix this a little. I'm fine with some sketch marks being there. I've said it before. I like actually seeing the sketch marks in the drawing, because I like being able to see like what I was doing beforehand and where the other lines were and how much the drawing changed. I like being able to see that just in the drawing. So, I'm fine with sketch lines being there. But I don't want them everywhere, you know? They don't need to be every which place. Like some places, if they're like in the way and make it look super confusing, I don't want them there. Like, or if they just make it look bad. I didn't necessarily like them being super dark up here in the head. I didn't like it being a mess in the ear. But like over here, those are fine. They're not interrupting anything. They're not in the way. I think we're actually done. Her nose isn't done very well this time, like not very goblin-like, but I think that's fine. We never redid her eyes, like her pupils. We'll go ahead and shade them in. I just wanted them darker, really. That was really my only problem with it. But yeah, I think we're pretty much done. I don't know where her other eyebrow is, but that's fine. We can't see her eyebrows anyways. They get covered by her hair. Yeah. I am noticing this is a mistake I make constantly when drawing hair, but just never bother to fix it, because honestly, at this point, I think this is just how I draw her eyes, but when I just first decided to draw her, originally her eye thing went down to here, but now I kind of just go like this. Like, if you look, it doesn't even go halfway. It was supposed to go to the halfway mark, then have one little eyelash, but now I kind of don't do that and add two instead. So, yeah, that's going to be it. I really don't have anything else to add. Yeah, Wimp got into the potions, and she drank some. And she shouldn't have, but Banana Man, he turned the corner. He looked away from her for 2 minutes. When he looked back, she was gone. When he found her, she got into the potions. It's really his mistake. He shouldn't have left her alone. You know, she's a fully grown adult, but he shouldn't have left her alone. Alright, this is it. I don't have anything else to say. Bye. Oh, that took 20 minutes.